Well, I'm just going to say it. Row the boat. Row the freaking boat, PJ. Good to see you.
It's so good to see you again. I tell you, they let anybody on this red carpet. I tell you, I might have snuck on here. I'm not sure how I actually got out here, but we'll take it.
Well, Deshaun Watson just walked by with some Louis Vuitton horn slippers. I mean, maybe they do let anybody on with me here.
Well, you and I both. We don't have that on, I promise you that.
Let's take me through big night for Corey Davis, obviously.
Huge night for Corey Davis. I mean, Corey Davis is really like a son to myself, as well as the entire Kalamazoo and Western Michigan community. If it wasn't for Corey Davis and everybody else, the Zach Terrells, the Keon Adams, the Taylor Motons, if it wasn't for those group of guys, Kalamazoo and Western Michigan wouldn't have what they have right now, right? And it wouldn't be that valuable like that, right? And Coach Lester's going to do a tremendous job, but we're here to celebrate Corey, and I'm so happy for him and his family. He deserves it. It couldn't happen to a better guy.
What have you been hearing from some people throughout the process? Obviously, I'm sure people have reached out to you as far as his injury that he recently had and just the kind of player and guy he is.
Well, he only missed 2 games, right, in an entire 4-year career. So when you kind of hear kind of how it happened, it's a freakish injury that had nothing to do with on the field, right? It was kind of off the field on a concrete block that shouldn't have been there. But the one thing is everybody loves him. And the one thing I'll say about Corey is they love him because of his work ethic and the values he has. He's going to be one of the hardest workers as a rookie walking into the National Football League. He's going to make any team better because of how hard he works, how big his heart is, how courageous he is, and because of his background. He'll never forget from where he comes from. And like I said, any organization he goes to is going to be a lot better because of the way he works. He'll make coaches better. He'll make players better. He'll make the whole organization better just by having his energy and his passion.
You've been in this league before, coaching and everything, and what's it like for you to kind of be here and just take this in?
This is another bucket list item, to be honest with you. It's kind of scary. So I don't know if my life's going to end really early or it's just a show of what's to come. But I'm very humbled and honored to be here. This is amazing. I mean, to be able to walk the red carpet in the NFL draft and do it with one of the players that's forever going to be your son and to represent really Western Michigan University and the University of Minnesota at the same time is really an honor, because Western Michigan is an incredibly special place with incredibly special people. It's one of the best jobs in the country. It's one of the best places in the country. And, I was very honored and very humbled to be the head football coach there. And, I just owe a lot to that community.
Minnesota, how's that treating you?
I tell you, open arms. They talk about Minnesota nice. Everybody's nice, but we're in the honeymoon stage. I've been through this before, so they can't trick me this time, right? Everybody's really nice to you. You haven't lost a game. You haven't made a bad call. But I will say this, they're hungry for championships. And that's our whole design. We came there to win championships and, not just to win games. We haven't won a championship in over 60 years, haven't won a national championship in over 70, but it's a perfect scenario. It kind of sounds like Western Michigan at times, and our formula can work there.
Now you've coached against Big Ten teams over the years, especially at Western. How do you take that pedigree? Do you think that pedigree of that background of coaching maybe at a MAC school, you can amp it up a little bit in Minnesota?
Well, I think coaching's coaching, right? I think everybody makes a big deal of where you're at. I think change is good. I think change of environments is really good at times. Change is good for everybody, right? Change is going to be really good for Western Michigan. Change is really good for Minnesota. Change is good in all of our lives. And it doesn't matter if you're in the National Football League or you're in college football. When you coach, you're doing it for all the right reasons. You're doing it because you want to educate, stimulate, inspire, and that's what we're there to do.
Coach, I've asked enough questions. Go enjoy the night.
Well, I appreciate you're the only one who wants to talk to me. This is wonderful. I appreciate it. Row the boat. Sky you ma.